I feel like I've heard that you did spoil it for some of your family.
Yeah, for my family, I could tell them.
Did they want you to tell them?
Yes.
Okay. That's very different from like in the office, everyone's like, don't talk about it, don't say anything.
No, they're like, tell me everything.
What was the most unexpected thing that you found with Poe's development in this? Because obviously we're introduced to Zori, and we get a little bit more of a glimpse into his past. So what was that like for you, and what was the most kind of surprising thing that you felt?
I think it was fun. I know JJ was excited to kind of dirty up his clean, his flyboy heroic image and give him a bit of a complicated, shady past. And so I think that was just like a fun dimension to Poe that was a bit unexpected.
Did you do any more kind of like character work separate from the script on that?
Not so much. I think it was really, at this point it's 3 movies in, so a lot of that groundwork's been done. And it's just about trying to look at what the scenes are saying, what the story that's being told is there, and then try to find that tone with JJ.
Obviously in this one, especially in comparison to The Last Jedi, it's like the merry band is back together again, but I felt like there was a lot of tension between them. Was that an interesting kind of new dynamic to play with?
Well, the dynamic and the fact that the 3 of us were together and that for the first time. So that lent itself to really playing around with the different dynamics, and so often you can tell how intimate people are by the way they fight, and so that was a fun thing to find that, a bit of that, like you said, the tension, the conflict between the 3 of them.
Especially I felt there's like a different way that Poe argues with Finn and then Poe argues with Rey.
Right.
And obviously there's the friendship that Poe and Finn have on screen is very kind of dynamic and interesting and something that people are very into. What was that like playing that now? Obviously, it felt like there was more bickering, but it was funny too. Like, was that something that was in the script already, or did you guys kind of work on building that?
Yeah, there was a lot of that built into the script, written in there by JJ and Chris Terrio. And then there was room to find things and add some stuff, try some stuff out, and that I think was also really unexpected, that there was going to be room to improvise and play around. And
what did was there anything in specific that you could remember you improvised or that kind of bubbled up organically?
Yeah, I think when I first come back and the Falcon's on fire and she asks me how it goes and I say really bad actually, like that. A lot of that was just trying, improvising some things, and even the end with Zori, the look.
Yeah.
Just the nature of how that played out was just
really?
kind of like, it was just like, all right, how about you guys give each other a look, and and then that turned into this little 1-act play that we do.
Yeah, it was great. I feel like, especially because unfortunately Zori doesn't get quite as much screen time as some of the other characters, and I found her to be quite. I would love a spin-off movie for Zori, personally.
Me too.
But in those looks, especially because she's in a mask, so much of it is body language.
Yeah.
Was that something that you and Kerry Russell worked on a lot?
Tilt of the head. And, that was her. That's all Kerry. Just really embodying this really cool, interesting character. And I think it's really compelling.
Was it interesting for you to have that kind of like a more romantic backstory sewn into this? Because I feel like previously this film felt like it had a lot more of an explicit, defined romantic relationships. Did you feel that as well, or is that something maybe that I just picked up on?
No, I mean, I'd say definitely you get the sense that Poe and Zori had a romantic past. Yeah.
Was that something that like you found interesting to delve into with Poe, or is that something that you kind of always he's quite an ambiguous, loose, flirtatious character?
Yeah. No, I did like that we were getting to see a bit more color of where he came from, what his past was. But I do think you're right. He's also a guy that's, he's he's a mover and a shaker.
Yeah. I feel like he's quite an interesting foil for all the other characters because he is so much himself all the time.
Yeah, and so far it's been more of a subtextual kind of maybe romantic relationship with Finn a bit, and now this was kind of a more explicit one for the past.
Did you feel like, for you, taking on this character who is very ambiguous, do you feel like you need that in the script in order to play the character a certain way, or do you kind of just embody that?
I think I've just been embodying that to a certain extent. I think it was something that naturally came out with the chemistry with John and those 2 characters in particular. I think that there were some interesting things that could have happened that maybe didn't, explicitly so. But yeah, I think often the subtextual stuff is a bit more fun to play.
You played Hamlet.
Yeah.
What is another kind of major theatrical role that you would love to take on?
Wow, that's a good question. Well, I mean, I'm about to do Three Sisters next year, so that's one that I've been wanting to, Rasheenan and Three Sisters. So I'm excited about that one. There's Leontes and The Winter's Tale is one that I've always really, really liked a lot. Yeah, there's a few other ones there that I'm
waiting on the call.
Yeah, exactly.
I did see an all-male British cast at BAM doing A Winter's Tale when I was like 16.
Oh, wow.
It was really cool.
Oh,
it was
wow.
very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So I feel like Shakespeare, it often is like, it can be quite stuffy, but I think I love it.
Yeah.
But,
Did you see him? Were you able to see him?
I wasn't, but a good friend of mine went
okay,
and actually
cool,
was
cool,
like,
cool.
I got to straight Oscar Isaac's hands. And I was like, okay, calm down. But yeah, no, I didn't get to see it. I was
that's
here,
right.
unfortunately.
Okay.
But yeah, I would love to. So maybe it'll come over to
Maybe
London.
so, maybe.
Maybe.